Chapter 6. The Beast and the Bishop. Mindoro's shore at dawn. Blood-red waves lapped over black sand. JR stood barefoot. The Bahagan warriors Zappa at their head, forming a silent phalanx behind him. They held no rifles, only bolas and woven shields. Before them, the Tycoon's Roman legion, disembarked, 50 mercenaries in polished breastplates and crimson cloaks, faces hidden behind grotesque eagle-crested helmets. Their rifles, modern and sleek, mocked the ancient aesthetic. At their head strode Centurion Marcus, a South African warlord whose neck bore the Tycoon's dragon tattoo. JR Casimiro. His amplified voice boomed across the bay. By order of the Republic, you stand accused of sedition, terrorism, and blasphemous impersonation of the divine. Surrender, or your savages die. JR stepped forward, the golden skull warm against his skin. I am JR Casimiro, son of Alcantara, blood of David, I surrender. Apaileg's cry tore the air. Hindi, but JR walked calmly toward the rifles, arms wide, a fisherman walking into a storm. The Legion's prison was a converted Manila warehouse owned by the Tycoon. Chains bolted JR to a steel chair beneath a flickering neon cross, a sick joke. Centurion Marcus removed his helmet, revealing scar tissue where ears should be. The boss wants a show, a modern passion play. Electrodes clamped to JR's temples. The first shock tore gasp from him. The second, a scream. Vincent materialized like smoke from a ventilation shaft. I'm here, Captain, he whispered, laying hands on JR's seared flesh. Muscle reckoned. Burns vanished. Marcus laughed. Heal him again, which, the shocks intensified 10,000 volts. Vincent healed, tears cutting through grime, until his own hands blistered from channeling too much power. JR rasped, stop. This body is not yours to save. Asterisk, asterisk, free. Asterisk, asterisk. Cardinal Louis stormed the Vatican's secret archives. Dust rising from shattered seals. Show me Codex Davidicus, he demanded, the trembling archivist. The lineage of Clopas, brother of Joseph. The parchment, brittle as dried skin, confirmed it. A branch fleeing Jerusalem in 70 AD to Islas del Poniente, islands of the West. A marginal note, custodiado por los Mangans, guarded by the Mangan. Luce's faith cracked. In his dream, the messy Messiah had bled on this same parchment. He booked a flight to Manila, clutching a vial of earth from Gethsemane. Marcus escalated. Break his spirit. Mercenaries forced Bahagan captives, elders, children into cages before JR. Renounce your divinity or we burn them. JR closed his eyes. Ray, now, from the warehouse shadows, Ray stepped forth. He didn't shout. He sang a low, guttural Bahagan dirge. The mercenaries clutched their helmets. Inside, the amplified whispers of their victims, Afghan orphans, Congolese miners they'd slaughtered, echoed. Make it stop, one screamed, firing wildly. Ray advanced, the song peeling back layers of possession. In the name of the living breath, reveal the rot. Marcus drew a pistol. At Tamaral, Mindoro's endangered wild buffalo smashed through the wall, goring in. Christopher stood atop it, signing, the forest repays its debts. The Tycoon watched via drone feed in his Makati penthouse. Enough theater. Stage the finale. His command, execute JR at the Bahagan Sacred Grove, where the lineage first landed. Legionnaires dragged JR, Vincent, Ray, and Christopher to the clearing. Ancient belit trees formed a natural cathedral. Marcus, bandaged and raging, aimed his rifle. Nil, false king. JR knelt, not to Marcus, to the earth. He dug his fingers into the soil, pulling free the golden skull. It blazed with inner light. For the covenant, he whispered. Marcus fired. The bullet struck the skull and melted. Liquid gold flowed over JR's brow, forming a molten crown. He rose, radiating terrible light. You wanted divinity. Behold. Cardinal Luce's helicopter touched down in chaos. He sprinted past burning Legion vehicles. Christopher's hornets driving mercenaries into the sea. He reached the grove as Marcus, foaming with prog-induced demonic strength, charged JR with a gladius sword. The void claims you. JR didn't move. The sword pierced his side, a grotesque replay of the centurion's lance. Vincent screamed, healing energy flaring. But the wound reopened instantly. Martyr's blood. Ray tried exorcism. But the Prague curse shielded Marcus. The skull, JR. Apelag cried. Fulfill the vision. JR lifted the golden skull crown high. Ama, sa kanaling embakame, itanakakatwila koa indi iking espiritu. Father, into their hands I commend my spirit. Marcus's sword rose for the decapitating stroke. Lightning struck the skull. Not once, thrice, blinding light exploded outward. Marcus vaporized, his demonic enhancements shrieking into nothingness. The legionnaires dropped, unharmed but weeping, their violence purged. The golden skull fused permanently to JR's brow. Crown of light, illuminating the grove like a fallen star. Then JR collapsed, the crown's light dimming. Blood pooled around the wound no power could close. Cardinal Luis reached him first. He cradled JR's head, ignoring the searing heat of the crown. My son. JR's eyes fluttered open. Eminence, tell them, the 300 are the church now. He pressed the Gethsemane vial into Luce's hand. Plant this, where I fall. His breath rattled. The crown's light focused into a beam stabbing the overcast sky. Across the globe, the 300 felt it. Vincent in Dhaka, Ree in Quito, Christopher in Nairobi. They fell to their knees as one. In Mumbai, Sister Anjali's slum clinic filled with golden light. Shingu warriors saw the beam from the Amazon. Hashtag Crown of Light trended worldwide, bypassing government firewalls. The tycoon watched the feed in primal terror. Nuke the site now. But his command console flashed, access denied. The crown's beam had fused his systems. Gold ingots in his vault melted, flowing under his door, trapping his ankles. He screamed as the molten gold climbed a gilded tomb, filling his lungs. In Malacca, the president stared at the sky beam. Admiral Cruz's ghost appeared at the window, seawater dripping. Your turn, he whispered. The president grabbed his ceremonial pistol and found it, transformed into a crucifix. He fled, mobs already scaling the gates. Dawn. Cardinal Luis stood over JR's grave, a simple mound in the sacred grove. He'd planted the Gethsemane earth. Already, a sapling pushed through, a narrow tree with golden leaves. The 300 gathered. The crown's light now distributed among them, a soft glow in their palms or eyes. Apilag approached Luis. What now, Padre? Luis touched the Nara's radiant leaves. He'd burned his cardinal's robes. Now he wore simple cotton. Now, he said, his voice carrying the weight of a toppled world and a reborn one. We build the kingdom, not in Rome, not in palaces. Here, he placed his hand over Vincent's glowing palm. Ree's exorcist scars, Christopher's signing fingers, with the breath of the 300 and the blood of the son of David's hidden branch. The crown's light, now a constellation in their souls, pulsed like a heartbeat across the waiting earth.